Hello, everybody. Good morning, dear colleagues. I hope you're all doing well. And thank you so much for joining today's Bahamas-Webinar, which is dedicated to Harbour Island and the Exumas, two islands in the Bahamas that can easily be combined with the capital, Nassau, but also with each other. So today I have the pleasure of taking you on a journey to the so-called out islands of the Bahamas. But please let me introduce myself. My name is Elena Link from the Bahamas Tourist Office based in Frankfurt, Germany. And our office is not only in charge of Germany, Austria and Switzerland, but also in charge of the Eastern European markets. Well, as you can tell, I'm not a native English-speaking person. I'm German and my mother tongue is German, so hopefully you get along with my English within the next 30 minutes. By the way, the weather in the Bahamas today is 32 degrees and mostly sunny. So for those who did not attend last week's Bahamas webinar, only a few facts and figures before we head towards Harbour Island. The islands of the Bahamas begin 80 kilometers east of Florida and extend to the coast of Cuba. The Bahamas consist of 2,500 islets, keys and sandbars, 700 of which are larger islands, and only 16 islands are developed for tourism. The heart of the Bahamas is the island of New Providence, with the capital Nassau, and the offshore holiday island called Paradise Island, which was the topic of last week's webinar, for those who attended last week. Well, with regards to the climate, we are in the subtropics, which makes the Bahamas a year-round destination with the most beautiful beaches and the clearest water on our planet. To enter the Bahamas, which is an independent country, client needs a valid passport and a return ticket, and most important to know, entry requirements differ depending on what country you are a resident and a citizen of. So please, to ensure a smooth entry into the Bahamas, always check on bahamas.com/entry requirements before start planning the trip. And entering the Bahamas via the United States of America, people have to apply for an ESTA. The Bahamas are well connected to Europe and to the east coast of the United States. From London Heathrow, for example, British Airways goes 5 times a week non-stop to Nassau. The flying time from London is 9 hours. Another important hub is Atlanta, with Delta Airlines, Miami and Toronto. Today's focus is on Harbour Island. Why? What makes this small, tiny island so special and worth visiting? Well, I give you the answer straight away, because Harbour Island is the best place for a tropical escape. It has quietly become the crown jewel of the Caribbean, a tropical oasis with miles and miles of seemingly endless pink sands beach, topped with a collection of the most unique luxury boutique hotels. The island is located off the northeast coast of the larger island called Eleuthera. Harbour Island itself is only 5 kilometers long and 2.5 kilometers wide, and has a population of approximately 1,800 people. And how do your clients get here to Harbour Island? Like many best islands to visit in the Caribbean, Harbour Island is a bit hard and difficult to get to. The air-conditioned ferry Bohengi runs daily from Nassau. It has a capacity of 130 guests, and the crossing takes about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on the weather condition. The cost for the one-way ticket on the ferry is about $70, which also means Bahamian dollar equal US dollar. So with the ferry it's very easy to get here, but this may be not the most comfortable way for your clients. The majority of people who travel on commercial flights to Harbour Island fly to the neighboring North Eleuthera Airport via Miami, Atlanta, or Fort Lauderdale. And as you can tell, Harbour Island is an excellent and easy accessible extension of a Florida round trip. Other people travel to Nassau, followed by a 30-minute flight with local airlines like Southern Air Charter, Pineapple Air, or Bahamas Air to North Eleuthera, because there is no airstrip on Harbour Island. The island is just too small. But there are also charter services such as air flight charters, a very reliable service that operates out of Fort Lauderdale. So you can book individual seats if a charter is already scheduled, or you book the entire plane depending on the size of your party. From North Eleuthera Airport, it is only a short taxi drive to where the water taxi leave for final destination Harbour Island, Dunmore Town. That's the name of the capital on Harbour Island. Regular taxi and the water taxis are constantly available and they leave on request. The one-way taxi ride is $5 per person. Likewise, the water taxi ride, it's always $5 each. And a warm welcome awaits you the moment you step on the island. Well, Harbour Island is famous for its 5-kilometer-long pink beach that runs the entire length of the island on its eastern side. It's considered one of the very best beaches in the Bahamas. It's regularly represented in nominations among the 10 most beautiful beaches in the world. And the beach owes its pink appearance to a small single-cell organism. The curious thing about these shells is that their color shows a lot clearer when wet, which is why the beach seems to get steadily more pink nearer to the water's edge. And it's framed by crystal clear water and a gentle surf. And Harbour Island is the destination for absolutely everybody, but truly an ideal destination for romance. The beach is protected by an outlying coral reef that makes the turquoise clear water one of the safest and most alluring swimming and snorkeling spots in the Bahamas. Adventure vacationers can also seek out these waters for great diving opportunities. Instead of a rental car, the golf cart is the only vehicle to get around the island, and there are several companies that rent those golf carts. The rental cost per day is around $50, but everything on the island can easily be reached by foot. Dunmore Town is the only and therefore the major town of Harbour Island and one of the oldest settlements in the Bahamas. It dates back to the 18th century. It was formerly the capital of the Bahamas. And its colorfully painted New England-style architecture, framed by those well-tended gardens, by palm trees and flower-lined streets, that's all what makes Dunmore Town so pretty and worth visiting. If you want to afford such a holiday home, you have to dig deep into your wallet. The purchase price of $10 million for such a unique property to own is not uncommon, especially when the house is located close to Pink Sands Beach. Dunmore Town is quiet and relaxed, but it's never ever boring. There is so much to do and so much to see. They have lovely shops in the street. There are excellent bars and restaurants and an active village community. We also have haunted spots on Harbour Island, like Haunted House in the southern part of the island. It is said to have belonged to a young family who disappeared without a trace. Later on, children who played in the ruins spoke of seeing two white figures floating in the house, hence the name Haunted House was born. For a hungry stomach, we have a few special recommendations on local food and restaurants on Harbour Island. Queen Conch is the place to be. Here comes the conch, the small snail and the main ingredient of the national dish of the Bahamas, the conch salad. It's always super fresh on the table, and you sit and eat on a lovely terrace at the harbour with a few of yachts and boats gently rocking in the crystal clear water. And there is another famous place on Harbour Island where excellent food is served in a nice local atmosphere. It's called Sip Sip Restaurant. The local Julie Lightburn, framed by her staff in this picture here, runs this restaurant since more than 15 years. The word Sip Sip is local Bahamian slang and it means gossip. One of the favorite and most popular pastimes of the locals in the Bahamas. The restaurant itself overlooks Pink Sands Beach of Harbour Island and serves Bahamian with a twist, which means dishes made super fresh, local, with seasonal ingredients. Everything is fresh, everything is delicious and tasty. Bananas, herbs, freshly baked bread, freshly caught fish delivered by neighbors, by neighboring farmers or fishermen. The menu changes daily and the restaurant is famous for its lobster quesadillas. It's the icon dish that you must have, and likewise the rum punch. The restaurant is so successful that Sip Sip was brought as a branch to the mega resort Atlantis Paradise Island recently. So let's talk about accommodation on Harbour Island. Harbour Island offers 16 hotels and each property has a flock of loyal fans who return year after year. And whatever your clients are looking for, an elegant and exclusive hideaway or a charming little spot where the locals go, or a budget accommodation for a student holiday, Harbour Island has it all. What you won't find on Harbour Island is all-inclusive and high life entertainment. Negative. But what you can find here are 5-star boutique hotels with 10 to 35 individually and very high quality furnished rooms, suites and apartments. Pink Sands Resort is a private paradise. The guests can choose between 23 luxury cottages and homes which spread over a shady, spacious 20 acres property in a beach location with plenty of space for privacy. It's a historic and old-school glamour resort with first-class service. It is at the same time the highest-priced resort on Harbour Island, with garden rooms above $600 in season and beachfront cabanas to $2,000 a night. Well, the property grows a lot of their own vegetable and herbs in an organic garden, which then make their way to the client's plate at the iconic restaurant. Another 5-star hotel is the neighboring Coral Sands. It's the same owner but different management. The beach villas in direct beach location are unbelievable and to me personally one of the best accommodation you can get on Harbour Island. Because of its friendly and casual environment, it is probably the most comfortable resort for families. A shaded restaurant deck over the beach provides the easiest place on the 3-mile beach to get a drink, to take to the water's edge. They have 2-story buildings which arched breezeways are set in a lush tropical garden. If you look for an even more spacious accommodation, your client can book the beach house, a 2-bedroom villa with private pool. For guests who want to spend a little less, but also want to live here particularly well, the Valentine's Resort with its beautiful pool area, waterfront restaurant, bar, hotel, shop and own diving school can highly be recommended. It's spacious luxury from junior suites to 3 bedrooms, outfitted in designer fabrics, marble bathroom and masterpiece kitchen. As I said, it has an own party dive center, a waterfront dining and kids camp. Everything is on site. And the beautiful Pink Sands Beach can be reached in a comfortable 10 minutes walk. The ocean view, which is bohemian chic, offers 12 rooms, some of which are standalone, and all offer ocean views, as the name of the property implies, just another calm, discreet hideaway on Harbour Island. We're talking about the best hotels on the island. We cannot miss Rock House Hotel. The hotel has 10 individually decorated rooms and suites, and it is an adults-only hotel with a legendary restaurant and an unmatched level of personalized service. It's the perfect setting for a romantic weekend getaway, and it is a retreat for Hollywood stars just like Cameron Diaz. But on Harbour Island, she is in good company to so many other celebrities who were spotted here over the last years. That's why you should always look carefully on Harbour Island who is hiding behind the nice pair of sunglasses next to you. But if you look at all other islands in the Bahamas, the list of stars and starlets gets longer and longer. Shakira, Julia Roberts, Nicolas Cage have their own islands, their own keys in the Bahamas. Last but not least, we need to talk about the rock star Lenny Kravitz. His mother, Roxy Roker, comes from the neighboring island Eleuthera, and Lenny Kravitz has his own recording studio here. One of the studio walls is made of glass, and when the light shines in, there is this magical feeling that, among other songs, inspired him to the hit Fly Away. That's what Lenny Kravitz said, who accepted the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism's offer last year to become the new ambassador of a global Bahamas marketing campaign. Well, the locals know I am famous, but they always treat me like one of them. That's what Lenny Kravitz says. The best way to explore the Bahamas is by island hopping. So let's hop on to the Exumas, an almost 200 kilometers long island chain within the Out Islands, home of the swimming pigs of the Bahamas. The Exumas begin 220 kilometers southeast of Nassau. They are divided into the main island, Great Exuma, with the international airport Georgetown, the southern sister island, Little Exuma, which is connected by a bridge, and the Exuma Keys bordering to the north. The Exumas consist of 365 islands, so one island for every day of the year, lined up as a string of pearls. And it's on the bucket list of so many travelers, and second home to Johnny Depp, for example, David Copperfield or Taskmaster, Oprah Winfrey, and many, many other celebrities. It's easy to get to the Exumas. Guests have excellent access from Miami with Delta or from Nassau in 35 minutes with Bahamas Air, Southern Air, Flamingo Air, Air Canada, or Staniel Air. And the Caribbean doesn't need any more colors. You find all shades of blue in the Exuma Keys. Arriving by plane and looking outside could take forever, hardly surprising that Hollywood blockbusters such as Pirates of the Caribbean or James Bond Thunderball were shot here in the Exumas. Well, once you arrive at Georgetown International Airport, we recommend hiring a rental car if you want to explore the island. The offices of the rental car companies are just opposite the terminal. All you have to bring apart from your driver license and credit card is a bit time and patience because we are in the Caribbean. But let's focus on the highlights of the Exumas. There is this small, lightly inhabited, long, narrow island called Stocking Island. It's only 2 kilometers from Georgetown, and it's easily accessible by boat from Elizabeth Harbour. For $15, the water taxi takes you across to spend the day at the famous beach restaurant, Chat and Chill. You can savor a few tropical drinks, you play some volleyball, and you soak in the laid-back atmospheres. And snorkelers and divers love to explore Stocking Island's blue holes, the coral gardens, and undersea caves. It's a real Caribbean retreat. Well, when we talk about the Exumas, we need to talk about the Exuma Land and Sea National Park, one of the largest protected marine parks in the world. It was founded in 1958 and it is the first marine reserve in the Bahamas and in the Caribbean in general. It is the most visited national park in the Bahamas. It stretches over 110 hectares of land and sea. And throughout the park, you can experience the underwater splendor of the coral reefs. You can stroll along pristine beaches and sandbars and observe countless animals, birds, fish, turtles, iguanas. The park administration office is located on the small island of Wells Key in the middle of the Exuma Keys, and the rangers who are stationed here regularly patrol and monitor the park. For example, all fishing is prohibited in the park, which is the first of its kind. The protection of the park makes it an ecological preserve and a wildlife refuge. There is a visitor center on Wells Key in which you can learn interesting facts about the national park and its species, open to the public 7 days a week. The Exuma Land and Sea National Park is a very, very popular sailing destination. For example, the yacht charter Sunsail the Mooring has its own base here with modern catamarans, which can be rented for an unforgettable sailing vacation in the Exuma Keys. Alternatively, you can kayak with your own muscle power with the local provider, Out Island Explorer. It is a married couple. It's Dallas Knowles and his wife Tamara, who offer accompanied multi-day paddle tours with camping on the beach. Beautiful starry night sky included. It is luxury of a very special kind. Well, the following trip is on the list of so many travelers worldwide. Almost everybody wants to see the swimming pigs, which are very, very close to Staniel Key. Staniel Key is a charming little island with the Staniel Key Yacht Club, a boutique hotel with pool, with clubhouse, restaurant and pub. It has 14 air-conditioned, intimate bungalows and a full-service marina surrounded by the most incredible water you will ever experience. It's a place where sailors and skippers come from all over the world to meet. Take your own boat, find your own beach, make your own path. It really is like no other place on earth. However, our day trip to the pigs begin on the main island of Great Exuma, and the tour can be booked in advance or at any hotel reception in the Bahamas. Clients can choose between plenty of companies who tour the swimming pigs. Exuma Water Tours is one of the largest providers. They offer the full day excursion at $200 per adult. Children pay $150, which includes hotel transfers, soft drinks, and snorkeling gear on board. Lunch is not included. Depending on the location of the hotel, the client will be picked up between 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning and will be back at the hotel at around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So after an early breakfast, a comfortable bus shuttle takes you all the way north to the boat jetty. Additional guests are collected along the way, and this transfer from your hotel to the jetty takes about 40 minutes. And once you have settled on board, the local captain and his team take you on a 1.5 hours fast ride through the Exuma Keys, along beautiful sandy beaches bordered with palm trees and private villas. With up to 4 outboard engines, it feels a little bit like Miami Vice, I can tell you. My recommendation, bring a windbreaker which covers yourself because it can become a little bit chilly on board. You have to know that the excursion is a total package of several great stops along the way, with a duration of stay at approximately 30 minutes at each stop. Located just west of Staniel Key is Thunderball Grotto, named from the James Bond movie Thunderball. which was shot exactly here in 1965, and it was also the site of another James Bond movie, Never Say Never Again, in 1983, also based on the Thunderball novel. Rather inconspicuous from the outside, with a small, almost hidden entrance, this underwater cave system, so great for snorkeling and diving, is absolutely stunning inside. The boat cannot enter here, the guests must swim. At low tide, snorkeling equipment is optional, but at high tide, however, diving equipment is necessary to get into the cave. The next stop along the way is a breathtaking sandbar where marriages can be organized. My favorite stop during this full-day excursion is Compass Key. This key is privately owned, and therefore an additional $10 must be paid to go ashore to visit the nurse sharks. And to me, these peaceful and free-living nurse sharks and the whole atmosphere on Compass Key is absolutely fascinating. I could have stayed forever. An incredible water in an incredible landscape. And of course, once you are here, you have to go into the water to swim with the sharks. You will see at Compass Key that the sharks are smooth to touch as they swim up and rub against your legs. There are, of course, a few rules that the guests must be observed when interacting with the sharks, but they don't mind closeness to other sharks and humans. Well, finally, Big Major Key, home of the real swimming pigs that attracts thousands of tourists each year. However, this remote place is accessible only by boat, and therefore it is never crowded. From celebrities to supermodels, the world's rich and famous have flocked to these idyllic shores to fulfill the most unusual bucket list item of them all, blowing up their social media accounts along the way. So when the boat pulls up at Big Major Key, where the pigs can be found since decades, the pigs immediately start swimming to the boat as they know that delicious toast and other goodies are on its way. Just get off the boat and stroll around the island and take as many photos as you can. Especially the baby pigs are so cute. However, those little ones don't dare to swim in the water yet. It's just amazing when the pigs come up to the boat, and it's easy to get inside. It's a very relaxed atmosphere. Last stop after a very nice Bahamian lunch on another key are the iguanas on Allen's Key. They look a bit terrifying, but they are completely harmless. Okay, but where to stay on the Exumas? The well-kept Hotel Grand Isle Resort is adjacent to the Sandals Resort, and both hotels share the beautiful Emerald Bay and an 80-hole golf course. Grand Isle Resort has 27 rooms, suites and villas with fully equipped kitchens in a spacious garden with all the amenities of a very good intimate 4-star hotel. Or the luxury Sandals Emerald Bay from the well-known Caribbean hotel chain Sandals Resort. It's just one of 2 Sandals resorts in the Bahamas. The other resort is called Sandals Royal Bahamian and is located in Nassau on Cable Beach. Both hotels are ultra all-inclusive and are for couples only. Sandals Emerald Bay comes with 249 suites in 21 room categories. It has 11 restaurants, 6 bars and 3 pools, plus hot tubes. Premium drinks are included. Land and water sports plus deep sea diving is included, and it comes with a Red Lane spa and butler service in the highest room category. It is holidays at a very high level for clients who appreciate comfort mixed with romance. Also in the program of many tour operators is beautiful bed and breakfast, Paradise Bay with only 11 air-conditioned rooms, great equipped rooms, and a very good restaurant, the La Fourchette. Kayaking, scooter and car rental, surfing, wakeboarding or jet skiing, everything can be organized. Or the Exuma Beach Resort with 9 detached cottages in a fantastic location on a long sandy beach. Absolutely beautiful. Or would you rather like to rent a whole island? Well, then we recommend Foul Key or Musha Key, perhaps the most luxury island resort in the world, of course, with an own airstrip. It is owned by, Musha Key is owned by David Copperfield. 5 different elegant villas for a total of 24 guests, 30 employees, then take care of your well-being, and the price, depending on the number of guests, is between $40,000 to $60,000 per night. Well, we have come to the end of today's webinar. Thank you so much for your participation and your attention. I appreciate it very much. Please visit our Bahamas website. If you want to learn more about the islands of the Bahamas, please call us at any time or send an email to info@bahamas.de. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram. And if you like today's webinar,